Sagittarius, Ashugalan Sagittarius, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, my lovely Sagittarian friends, allies, lovers. I love you guys to death. Mwah, mwah. It is I, your boy Medicine, and I am just stopping by to do a reading for you. This is a card reading during the lunar month of um, April, between April 5th and May 4th, 2019. So it's a lunar month, in other words, a lunar cycle, and we're kind of looking at what's going on deep within the insights and how of Sagittarius and how the lunar month is going to influence Sagittarius. So how is this lunar month happening between April 5th to May 4th going to influence Sagittarius? How is this lunar month happening between April 5th to May 4th going to influence Mr. Sagittarius? Or Mrs. Sagittarius? Or Mrs. Sagittarius? And we get the Page of Wands in upright, but then we have the Emperor in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Let me see if I can straighten all these up. Then we get the Moon in reverse. And then we get the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And then we get the Six of Wands. Oh, good. Oh, good. And then we get the King of Cups in upright, the Four of Wands upright, and the Knight of Wands upright. So there's going to be some key people coming into your life, huh? You're going to have some key people coming up. I've got three people here. I've got the Queen of Swords, I've got the King of Cups, and I've got the Knight of Wands. And I also got the Page of Wands here too. And notice how they're in the four corners. Oh, wow. They're in the four corners. Wow. Of this spread. You've got a page, you've got a queen, you've got a king, and you've got a knight. So there's going to be some progression happening here for you and transition at the same time. Got it. And there's also going to be a bit of opposition going on here for you too, because the Page of Wands is someone who's learning and someone who's receptive and someone who's open to understanding and embodying and receiving and just kind of giving themselves, surrendering themselves, giving themselves in to the zest that they have for life, allowing their soul to be inspired, to be enthusiastic, for vitality to come in, learning what that energy is, learning what that energy does. What does vitality do? What happens when I am vigor, when I'm full of vigor, when I'm full of passion, when I'm full of desire, when I feel the need to go on an adventure. I'm learning about what that feels like in my body. When I want to take action on something, I'm learning about it and I'm acting on it. So not only am I learning about it, but I'm acting on it and I'm just letting it show me. I'm letting the spirit of this energy show me what it's like to just be in a hallelujah about life, to just go for it, to just do it. This is all a learning process for me here in the beginning. And then as opposite to that, you've got the Knight, who is talking about being passionate, who's talking about taking the bull by the reins and going for it and being innovative about passion and desire and about travel. So first of all, there's definitely some traveling going on in your life. I just want to bring that up. There's definitely some traveling going on in your life. Now you got me looking around, because I notice one of the things that I notice here is that your spread, Sagittarius, is full of fire energy. That's amazing to me, which means that it's full of travel to me. So you got the Page of Wands, who's learning about, adventure, who's learning about, travel, who's learning about what it means to be enthusiastic, who's learning about, learning just by experiencing it, by acting on it, just by being in it, by just being a part of it, by being within the energy of it all. She's learning about it, and then you've got the Knight of Wands, who is driven by it. They are driven by it. They're passionate about it. They're fighting for adventure. They're fighting for life. They're fighting for new. They're innovative. They're pioneering. They are knights are pioneering energy. They're pioneers. They bring in new meaning of life. If you are thinking about traveling, this is a great time for you to travel, because both sides bring up positive energy here. Then you've also got the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands, which also brings about positive energy here. The Four of Wands is also saying, I'm in a new experience. I've become victory. I'm here. I've gotten to where I need to get to. I've expanded. I have grown. I've created prosperity for myself. I've created a greater expanded awareness for myself, a greater understanding. I've done what I've set out to do. My life has been renewed. I've got new zest for life. I did something for myself. If it's take a vacation, if it's going on an adventure, do something for you. The light is shining. Hope is renewed. Hope is kindled. I'm bright. I'm re-energized. I'm ready to take on the world. I've taken on the world. I came. I saw. I did. I conquered. I've conquered. The Four of Wands is like I've conquered. Then you've also got the Six of Wands that talks about the same thing. But in a different light. It also talks about conquering, but it looks at it in a different way. As in, you were part of some challenges. It talks about challenges that you had to go through, that you trusted in your instincts and you allowed yourself to win these challenges, and that you allowed yourself, you became the victor. But you're fighting for a cause with the Six of Wands. See, the Four of Wands is like, I went and took a vacation for myself. But the Six of Wands is like, I'm fighting for a cause, and my winning, my victory is actually, the proceeds of that victory are going towards a cause, something that I'm fighting for. It's an advocacy. I believe in something. And so that's what the Six of Wands is talking about. But then you also have the Knight of Wands, who's got both of these energies here, cornered by both of these energies, the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. The Six of Wands and the Four of Wands corners the Knight of Wands energy. So you've got great energy going on for you, Sagittarius. You've got great energy going on for you. And the Knight of Wands is your sign. That's your card right there. The Knight of Wands is you right there. That's your card. You've got great energy going on. You came, you saw, you conquered. Fire energy is a very quick energy. It's very fast paced. It's very, like right now in the moment kind of deal. And it's like you trust in it and you went for it. You came, you saw, you conquered. But then I also am sitting here, I'm looking at the Emperor, and I'm looking at the Moon, and both of these cards are in reverse. So that is strange to me, that both of these cards are in reverse. And these are some things that are happening earlier on for you, the Strength card, the Emperor, and the Moon. So what is that? I mean, perhaps like there's some issues going on with the father figure in your life, Sagittarius. Perhaps there's some issues. I mean, definitely maybe some issues trusting in your own strategy, trusting in your own sovereignty, trusting in your own wisdom, trusting in your ability to conquer all obstacles. So earlier on in the spread, it's like I'm having issues with trusting in my own ability to conquer all obstacles, to defeat all oppositions, to defeat all adversaries, anyone who wants to get in my way, who wants to oppose me, who wants to be adverse to my convictions, to my desires, to my aspirations. There's this inability to conquer those adversities here with the Emperor card. There's this inability to conquer adversities, or at least a lack of trust and faith in your own wisdom that you can conquer these adversities. And maybe for some of you, there's this father figure in your life that might be negative, or um, might be like very oppressive and tyrannical, and is not trying to look out for your greatest good. Instead of protecting your purity, instead of supporting you, instead of amplifying your goals and your dreams, they're like trying to bring you down. They're like trying to make you feel less than, or make you feel lower than, maybe because they have some lower repressed things themselves. So that's all that they know, is how to be oppressive and tyrannical, as opposed to freeing and liberating and amplifying. Maybe they are failing. And maybe for some of you, this might be you earlier on in this process. Maybe this card is coming out as a realization that you are learning, because this is where you've been. Maybe for some of you, you've been in this place, you've been in this destructive pattern, and you're learning how to raise yourself, how to raise the bar, how to raise yourself higher from that. It's like maybe there's this transition going on for you, because there's kind of iffy things going on here, but then it ends up well. And maybe with the Moon card, it's like there's some definite repressed energy going on here with the Moon card in reverse. There's some definite repressed energy. There's some definite fear on either side with the Emperor and the Moon card. There's some definite fear going on. And there's this inability to like trust and believe in self, because the Moon card is about introspection and reflection, and it's about going deep into the inner world of your unconscious, subconscious reality. The Emperor is all about believing and trusting in your own instincts and your own, awarenesses to help to conquer any kind of adverse situation that is in front of you or ahead of you. But it's all good, because you're still learning. You know what I mean? But these seem to be the challenges that you're having to move past. And what's going on is that it's possibly caused you to, okay, then I got the Four of Pentacles right underneath the Emperor card. So yep, definite oppression, insecurity, definite tyranny going on in your life, insecurity, no trust in your own abilities and your own skills. Maybe for some of you, you need to go back and you need to, maybe there's still some things left for you to learn, or maybe for some of you, you're just, very controlling. There's a sense of oppression and control at the center of your heart here, Sagittarius. There's a sense of oppression and control that's going on, and there's a sense of high mighty. I am the boss, so you have to do as I say. Something's going on with that, either with you, around you, inside of you. There's this part that is like making other people feel inadequate, being a Scrooge, because you feel like you're on higher status, or someone around you feels like they're on higher status. So you need to do what they tell you to do, or they need to do what you tell them to do, because you've put yourself on a higher pedestal. When the fact of the matter is that you're still a Padawan and you're still learning. So I don't know how to interpret all that, but I trust in your ability to really hear what really resonates with you. And I know, Sagittarius, that you are truthful. So you're going to be in your truth. And also, I want you to pay attention to any resistances that come up too, because that can be very telling as well. Because sometimes our resistances tell us that we are resisting truths. So that's very possible as well. Sagittarius, I know that you are very fiery, you are very opinionated, you are very strong in what you believe. I want you to have an open mind right now. I want you to have an open mind. But either way, you will learn the lesson here. But I want you to know that these two is like I'm being closed off. My dreams, my aspirations, my wants, my desires, what I want for my life. I can't see things from a greater scale. This also talks about contamination and adulteration here. That my dreams are corrupted. My soul is corrupted. My spirit is corrupted. And it continues to be corrupted and contaminated. But then it's like things get cleared away for you. Then it's like things get cleared away for you. Possibly because, you got these two victories going on here. You've got these two things to celebrate. For some of you, you might have gotten married. Congratulations if you are. If you did get married, congratulations. I'm very happy for you. You might be getting married during this lunar month cycle. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. You might have a marriage coming up. And for some of you, you got a competition going on. That if you do have a competition going on, as far as your energy is concerned right now on the road that you're going right now, the Six of Wands is saying that you will win that competition. You will win. And if that competition seems to have a greater purpose for you, that 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 it will open some eyes and open some doors for greater prosperity for you to happen, for expansion and growth to happen in your life, and for the proceeds of that to really go towards a certain cause that you're moving towards, whatever that is for you. Um, I keep getting transition and change, which makes me feel like I came from a place of oppression. I came from a place of oppression and fear. And now I'm coming into a place of fighting for people's rights. And now I'm coming into a place of fighting for truth. And now I'm coming into a place of fighting for love and fighting for justice. And now I'm coming into a place of fighting for freedom. And now I'm coming to a place of fighting for liberation. This might be new for me, but I'm very passionate about it, and I'm driven by it, and that I'm going to go for it. That's one of the feelings that I get here, Sagittarius. Like you're fighting for the will to be free, for the will to be truthful. You might start out just learning. You're more susceptible here with the Page of Wands. You're just learning. You're more susceptible, and it's being courted by these negative energies. This poor little child, she's very positive, but she's being cornered. So this little energy here, is being cornered by these negative forces. They're cornering her, and trapping her and oppressing her and leaving her in an oppressive, locked down state. But somewhere, even though she's imprisoned, even though there's this like imprisonment happening outside of her, even though there's this imprisonment happening, she's just raging with excitement and joy anyway. She just has this strong belief. She's got this, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get out of it. Even though I'm in this sucky situation that I don't like, that's not serving my best good, I'm going to remain positive. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to experience. I'm motivated. I'm amplified. I'm ambitious. I'm all of that. I'm determined. I'm all of that. And on the other side of that, I've got mother, Queen of Swords here. I've got the mom here, the Queen of Swords here, who's like nurturing, who's like trying to like look after, who's like being very logical, who is very reasonable, who's very sensible, okay, and wants to provide you with calculative, sensible, logical ways to see things. And also really wants to help you grow by learning to detach from burdensome situations that are holding you down. The Queen of Swords really wants to help you to detach from burden, really wants to help you to detach, really wants you to be able to let go and to see things from the point of view separate from yourself. You don't have to identify with the oppression, in other words. You don't have to identify with the negative energies that are happening around you, in other words, Sagittarius. She really wants to be there to support you by helping you to detach from and let go and really help you put those things to rest. They were all part of yesterday. Today, we're looking forward. She's got a secret for you. She's got a secret for you. She's got some confidential information for you that she wants to relay to you. She wants to let you know all about. It's the secret that is in regards to your truth, in regards to who you really are. She's got something to tell you. This is your truth. This is who you really are. You know what I just picked up on while I'm sitting here talking about this? A progression here. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Your energy is all in the west right now, even though it's very fiery and there's some definite, other energies going on. But what I mean by that is Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, they are the triad of the West. They are the triad of the West in the medicine wheel, which is the direction of water, the season of autumn. They are the triad. Libra, and it's just so divine to me that these three cards are in that order. Libra actually begins autumn. Libra is the autumnal equinox or the vernal equinox. Is that what they call it? I might have that wrong, but it's the autumn equinox. Libra begins the autumn equinox. She begins autumn. Scorpio, the King of Cups, is at the center of autumn, the center of the West, sustains autumn. And then Sagittarius completes and transitions autumn. I kept feeling transitive energy coming up this whole time. I know we spoke about it a little bit, but I didn't really know why. But I'm telling you, there's a progression happening here for you. That's the whole point. You're progressing. The progression is learning to let go of these burdens. Letting go of yesterday and allowing yourself to go deep, to find your personal truth. But there's a process to that. The process is, first, detachment is the process. Learning to detach from who you were, from the identity of who you were. You might have identified once upon a time, or you might be identifying as just a Padawan, as just someone who's learning. But you transform into someone who's not now learning, but doing. We talked about this in the beginning of this reading. This is all transitive for you right now. So you're transitioning out of this place of burden and oppression and tyranny. So first of all, you've got to give yourself permission to detach from it, to see it separate from you, to look at it and go, I don't have to identify with this any longer. I can put it to rest. I can also be grateful to have had the experience that I did experience this. I can learn from it. I can be grateful and thankful for it. I can put it to rest, ultimately speaking. Then you've got the King of Cups, who talks about going deep, talks about introspection, Sagittarius. Talks about introspective work, talks about reflection, talks about dying to, talks about letting things die, allowing yourself to die to who you were. I like how all three of these guys are connected some way, somehow, back to the Page of Wands. So the King of Cups, dying to who you were, dying to your fears. Libra, Queen of Swords here, she wants to teach you how to detach from tyranny and oppression, and to detach from a low self-esteem and a lack of confidence in yourself. She wants you to detach from that. And then you've got King of Cups here, who wants you to let these nightmares, these dreams, these fallen aspirations, let who you were die. Let it die, let it go. It's all good. Allow yourself to go deep inside of yourself. Excuse me. And to free up any repressed energy that is happening inside of yourself, because the Moon card definitely speaks about repressed energy that is keeping you away from totality, from being omnipresent, from transcendence, keeping you away from transcendence. There's a lot of repressed, emotional, psychic, intuitive energies, fears, doubts that are keeping you away from guilt, shame, keeping you away from being able to transcend. And you get the King of Cups, which could for some of you be somebody who may show up in your life, because goodness knows, the outside reflects our inside. This King of Cups is coming in to say, it's time for you to free yourself of that. It's time for you to free yourself of the shame, of the guilt, of the doubt. It's time for you to let all of that be put to rest, to say goodbye to it. If it has to do with someone who you lost, or had to do with something that you lost, but it's time for you to cross over. It's time for you to cross over into a new life. So it's like the world is supporting you inside and out, on a spiritual level and on a physical level. The world is supporting you. And then it's like the outcome. You get to the depth. You get to the deep truth. You get to the rot gut truth, Sagittarius. The outcome. You get to the rot gut truth by freeing yourself of all of these burdens, by being absolutely honest with you about certain things that have not served you. These certain things that have not served you, you get to the rot gut truth about it. And it may be that part of the progression for you, Sagittarius, is that you may need to hear from these guides here. The Queen of Swords and the King of Cups, these might be guides of yours. Even the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, these all may be guides. They may all be giving you insight as to what it is that you need to get to the bottom of inside of yourself. The personal truth. Your immortality lies at the bottom, beyond, below all the fear, all of the burden, all of the doubt, all of the obscurity, all of the everything that is obstructing your view from being able to see your expansion, your growth, your ability to transcend this reality that you are a part of right now. It's all there. It's the treasure beneath the trauma. It's the treasure beneath the trauma that you're trying to get to. That treasure beneath the trauma that you are trying to get to. And apparently you get to it. Apparently you own. Apparently you pound some butts, and then you are able to get to the truth of who you are. And you're able to let that truth guide you forward into your new destiny. You start to receive new visions. You start to receive, prophecies of your future, all of that. You start to receive all of that, Sagittarius. You start to receive all of that. Okay, so the card that wants to come out, infinite blessings. Infinite blessings. Wow. This is where you're heading towards. Infinite blessings. She's like a snow angel. She's like a snow angel. And she's coming out to what's that word? Words escape me. I'm not great with words all the time, Sagittarius, so you have to forgive me. But she is sharing snowflakes with the world below her. Snowflakes. These snowflakes are synonymous to crystallization. They're synonymous to dreams that want to solidify, but need to take those next steps to fall in. But they need to be materialized into the earth. They got to fall upon into the earth. These snowflakes, these ice crystals, they represent dreams. They represent aspirations. They represent desires. They represent goals. That are falling upon the earth and purifying the earth with its love, its purity, its bliss, that is preserving the world. It also talks about, in that way, one thing ending, another thing beginning, infinite blessings, that time of new endings and new beginnings, endings and new beginnings, a time of transformation, a time of totality, being all-encompassing, a time of rebirth, but a time of concealment, a time of conception and concealing dreams, and a time of secrecy, and a time of going within, and a time of home, a time of being within the womb, which is where, Sagittarius gets led to, is the winter time. Sagittarius is that energy between the autumn and the winter time. So, open your heart and your reality to the immeasurable gifts from nature. Loving energy is surrounding you. Love from the highest level is being showered onto you and your life. Count your blessings and remember that love is all around you. Notice these miracles and blessings as they show up in unexpected ways, but always at the most auspicious time. Your life may not be exactly as you anticipated, but be sure to look for your miracles. That's the word from the card from the book. Be sure to look for your miracles, because you've got guides, you've got all around you. It's all around you. Be sure to give thanks. Be sure to look for your miracles. That's the medicine for this reading. I hope this has helped you in some way, Sagittarius, moving forward with your life. I hope that it has served you in some way to amplify you. I hope that it served you to get motivated, get ambitious about where you're going, that you are going somewhere. If you're dealing with any challenges right now, know that you're moving towards a positive. I love you always. And I hope to see you for next moon reading. I got Lunar.